Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame and Cinnamon Sugar. Look, she lopsided because I slept, got me some good sleep. I had to take me naps on and off today in order to get some sleep. My hair look a fool. Like, don't come for Cinnamon Sugar. I'm going to be washing and conditioning her later so that I can prepare my hair for what I'm going to do to it. And hopefully it's going to last until my birthday, which is in February, for those of y'all that don't know. But anyway, that's not why we're here. The reason why we're here is I'm pretty sure y'all see what the title is for right now. You know what I'm saying? Or y'all should at least see what the title is at this point. I don't even know what it is at this moment, but I'm sure that I put something by the time it gets uploaded. So let's go ahead and get into what's going on. So approximately 7 hours ago, the neighborhood talk ended up making a post. And I was confused because I was like, what could be going on that's so bad with this? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stop this, insert the clip of what I'm referring to in my comment, and then come back, okay? Because I still don't know how to edit. I don't know how to do none of that, y'all. The only way I know how to insert stuff, because I've had people who have come on post and stuff, and they've been like, okay, well, where's the footage? And I don't know how to insert that without stopping what I'm doing. I mean, I don't know how to do it. Like, I don't. So if somebody want to teach me for the free, feel, come hither, help me out. I don't know, but it is what it is. I gotta do what I gotta do. But I don't want y'all to be lost and to have to go somewhere else and then come back and then finish the commentary. But yeah, I'm just gonna stop this, add it in, and then come back. So this is what I'm talking about, okay? So y'all saw what I was talking about. So those of y'all who've been around for a little while, even if y'all just came on board this year, um, I told y'all that I was going to a music festival this summer. I've actually gone to two. Haven't done that in quite some time. I used to go all the time to Jubilee City Fest back home in Montgomery, Alabama. I don't live in Montgomery, Alabama anymore. So imagine, me actually, after everything been going on with the pandemic and all that stuff, finally going outside, as the people like to call it. First time I really go outside is when I go to this music festival. Hype myself up. My friend ended up coming with me. You know what I'm saying? She ended up coming. Um, I got there early because I wanted to see every single act, all of them. I don't care if y'all consider him to be lower level or whatever, but he was the headliner, Lyfe Jennings. Um, now, for me, when he first came out and the world was introduced to him, I listened to every song that came on the radio, but because of what I saw at the festival, I feel like I did my own self a disservice because there were songs that he was singing, and I was like I really was listening to the lyrics, like the Stick Up Kid and all that. So I was like, wait a minute now, because I never heard it on the radio. If it was played on the radio where you live, look, it didn't get played at the radio on the radio where I live. If it did, it just didn't play where I was, or I somehow would miss it when it would come on. But yeah, I feel as though I did my own self a disservice because I did not listen to his music outside of what was being played on the radio. So I heard Must Be Nice, SEX, like it was a handful of other ones. Like he had a moment where he really was up there. Every time you turn around, he was there. So it was several songs that I knew that he actually performed in his lineup. And he did an amazing job. When I tell you from the first note to the last, there was I just couldn't believe. I was just like, wait a minute, how you sound just as good, if not better, than when you came out? That was my impression. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to make it seem like I'm the greatest singer that ever was. Every now and again, people say I can hold a note. I can't sing. I wish I could. A lot of my relatives on both sides of the family can sing, but I can't. Now, I mean, I'm just telling you, the people tell me I have moments where I can sing a little bit, but I wish I could sing down like my folks, and I can't. But I usually can tell when somebody else really can sing. To me, Lyfe Jennings is one of those people. Now, to me, he has a very, very unique voice. And I'm not saying you need to try to make it seem like, you know, let's soften the blow for how his voice really sound. It sound like trash or something. You know, some people be like, oh, you have a unique voice, and they actually sound like trash. That's not what I'm saying when I'm talking about him. um, y'all know that somebody passed away a couple of months ago. Uh, Zuri Craig. And when I first started seeing him on the music scene and, you know, in the Tyler Perry plays and all that stuff, immediately all I'm hearing is Lyfe Jennings as far as how he sounds. And I'm like, I've never heard anybody else sound like him before. Like, immediately, like, everybody who heard this boy, they automatically were like, dang, he sounds like Lyfe Jennings. Like, I don't hear anybody that just sounds like him. So, I mean, if there's been somebody out there before him, I ain't never heard it. But I'm just saying. So, you know what I'm saying? He was a household name referring to Lyfe Jennings. He was a household name. It was just to the point where it was like, he was just that guy. So, I just hate that when the SEX song came out and it was on radio stations and all that stuff, it ended up making a splash in a bad way. I don't understand how it ended up going left. I don't understand the negativity that came with it. I don't understand why people really sat up there and were writing emails, writing letters, and like doing the most. And I mean, it was an amazing song. I'm like, are y'all not listening to the words? Anyway, it ended up doing the most, and I don't understand why. If you don't understand or you didn't catch it when it was going on, like when it was happening back in the day when the song got released, look up SEX, the Lyfe Jennings song, and just see what the controversy was. It was ridiculous to me. I digress on that. So for me, I was just confused about the foolishness that came with that. So fast forward to now. So the video that surfaced that somebody who went to a festival, a concert, or whatever, where they saw him live very recently, it showed him like trying to belt out notes, I guess, and he sounded. I don't even know what was going. I really don't understand what was happening. I was very confused because I saw him live. Like I said a few minutes ago, from the first note to the last note, chef's kiss. I was just like, wait a minute. Like he really, like I really, like when he first, I was really sitting there like I really was like, oh, I messed my own self up. I should have known all of these songs. I should have went and got the album back in the day, apparently. But I mean, it was just to a point where I don't know. I think I was already moving away from listening to the radio anyway, so it just was what it was back then. But yeah, I am still gonna go listen to that stuff. I just been busy. A lot of things been going on. Yeah. Um. A lot of people were in the comment section saying drugs. A lot of people were in the comment section talking about ever since he had his run in with Carly Red, when he got on reality TV. Now now I tell you, that was a long time ago. I have not watched Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and on how long. But I did watch that particular season where he appeared and he was Carly Red's love interest. A lot of people were saying that ever since he started, you know, when he had his dealings with her, stuff started to go downhill for him. I don't know how, but that's what people were saying. There were people with blue checks that were well known, and you know how some of these people are able to get blue checks and don't nobody even know who they are. Like almost all of them had something negative to say about the video clips that we saw, and I'm like, I get it, but at the same time, I'm confused. Like I'm genuinely confused because I just saw this man. Just saw him a couple of months ago saying down. The only complaint that the people had at the function that I attended was that he didn't get to Must Be Nice fast enough. And I was saying to myself, y'all need to stop complaining because it's obvious that he has everything planned out. Like all of his songs went with one another. He had everything set up to go into the next song. But I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people were drunk. They had been there all day. And by the time he got there, like all of our functions have to be over. I think we had to be out of the amphitheater. We had to be out of the park, whatever you call it, by 11 or something like that. And so like he wasn't set to hit the stage until like 10. 10:15 or something like that. And we had been out there. Well, I had been out there. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think I got there around one something or two something because the gates were gonna open at like 3. And I'm like, I'm not walking a country mile to find parking. And then it's gonna be way late at night and I gotta worry about, okay, I'm by myself and now I gotta get to my vehicle without being attacked. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know those of y'all who've been around, y'all already know my history. I'm not fearful of anything, but at the same time, I'm still a single woman out here by myself. I didn't go with anybody. My friend came, somebody brought her because she was probably going to drink and all this other stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? It just was what it was. She didn't have to worry about going anywhere by herself. She was going to have at least one other person with her to go back to the vehicle that they came in. Me, on the other hand, no, I was going to be by myself. My walk from where I was sitting to my car was less than 5 minutes. It took me maybe 5 minutes, right at the 5 minute mark, to get to my car from the time I started walking out of that area to my car. Like, it didn't take that long. And there were police that were kind of close to where I was, kind of scattered. So again, I still wasn't worried. You know, I had my tool on me, but no, not my tool. I had I had my little, pepper spray and things on me. I had the one on me that if you do something to me, I had it where it's going to be blue on your face. It's going to be blue wherever I sprayed it on you, that particular one. So it's going to take a while for you to be able to get it off of you. You're not going to get it off of you day one. So I would know that I hit you and you were the one who tried to do something to me. Anyway, I do need to get that tool though. Like, people out here doing the most everywhere. So I do need to get the classes. I do need to get the gun that I want, and all of that. Guns. So anyway, but yeah, y'all, I'm just here to say that it was just crazy to me how the people were going in the comments, and he actually entered the chat. He actually entered the chat, and he had a few things to say. He kind of read them for filth a little bit, and he ended up plugging a video that he made like a couple of weeks ago, and so I went and looked at it, and child, I was like, wait a minute, what is going on right here? But he was still singing or whatever. But yeah, yeah. If I think about it, I will put a link to that. But overall, for me, I guess because I just saw him live a few months ago, I didn't have that experience that other person had. So I don't feel any different than what I did then. It might have been an off night for him. Maybe he got drunk like the rest of the people got drunk. I don't know. Like, maybe he'll come forward and explain what was going on that night. Maybe he found out some terrible news and he ended up getting drunk because of it. But I didn't like how people were in the comment section saying that it had to be drugs and all this other stuff. I like, please don't. Like, even if that ends up being the case, like, please don't push that narrative, because there are a lot of people who ain't even doing none of that stuff. They might be drinking here and there, but it's not even drugs. And they'll put that narrative out there, and it'll make other people who are too lazy to go and see certain things for themselves, read up on things, and they'll just be like, oh, well, I heard they was on drugs. Like, and it ends up starting a ridiculous rumor. I'm just hoping that it's not drugs. We have lost a ridiculous amount of awesome singers and performers who it was just like, there's nobody like y'all, because they had that much talent. They were very, very, what am I looking for? Unique in what they were doing, the way their tone was, if it was a singer, and all of that. Like, there's just nobody who's been like them. There have been people who've been trying to replicate, but they cannot be duplicated. It just is what it is. Yeah, that's pretty much what I want to say on it. Worst case scenario, if I cannot retrieve the video footage that I shared already, I will share a link to the video that I made before and reference the part that starts the video footage where you can see Lyfe Jennings clearly singing like his life depended on it, like singing down, like he was really going in. Like he was so clear and concise. Like every note he belted out every single note like his life depended on it. And I'm pretty sure, like, if it was a loved one's life depended on it, whoever life it depended on, they were saved that day. I'm sorry. Like, I didn't experience a terrible Lyfe Jennings music situation. I just didn't. I didn't have no issues. It just might have been an off night for him. You never know. Like, we all have days. We all have bad days. And I'm thinking that might have been what it was. Hopefully, it's not drugs, like I said before. Hopefully, everything is all right. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Like this video, subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. Let's talk about it down in the comment section. Now, have you ever seen him in concert, live in concert recently, or ever in life? Have you listened to his albums? Because like I said before, I've only heard the things that have been on the radio, and that's it. And I've done myself a disservice by doing that. Like, I was here for like all the songs that he ended up doing that had nothing to do with radio play. All right, I'll see y'all later on. Be safe out there. Bye.